Good morning and welcome to another Costa Women Hangout with me, Fiona Catchpole, and my special guest today is Lorraine Mace. Good morning, Lorraine.
Good morning.
How are you today?
Fine, thank you. Lovely sunny day yet again. Very nice.
Yeah, we are very blessed at the moment. The weather is quite spectacular. It's not too hot. We'll all be whinging and moaning come July, though, no doubt, as usual.
I never ever moan about the warmth, ever.
Now, tell me about how you first came across Costa Women.
Oh, I was introduced to Costa Women by a member, Venerina, who suggested that I join because she felt that it was a good way of networking with other women along the Costas.
It is certainly, and it's gone all over Spain now as well. So now you're here today in your professional capacity to tell us a little bit more about what you do. And you're an author, and you're in the running for some big prize coming up soon, aren't you?
I am, next week. My book has made the final, Bad Moon Rising. I've got a copy here. Can I hold it up?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, I don't know if it's, I'm not very good at this. How's that? Can you see that?
Yeah, take it back just a tad. Bad Moon Rising by Francis Duquesa. Now, I sense a nom de plume.
Yes. I'll tell you about that in just a moment. Let me just explain about the award next week because I'm really thrilled about it. Bad Moon Rising has made the final of the People's Book Prize, and it's voted for entirely by readers. Anybody who has read the book can go onto the People's Book Prize website and vote for it. So I've actually got to the final because my readers have enjoyed the book, which is great.
I'm just Googling that now to see if I can bring up is there a People's Book Prize website?
Yes, People's Book Prize.
Yeah, okay. That'll be there in just a second, and we'll have a look at that. So this is something. Well, this is like. What, like the BAFTAs or the TV awards or Oscars or the equivalent?
It's not quite as big as that, but it is a black tie dinner that's going to be televised on May the 28th, which is Wednesday. The patron of the award is Frederick Forsyth, so he will actually be handing out the awards.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, no, it's quite a big thing, and I'm quite excited about it. So if anybody has read Bad Moon Rising, please vote. It would be lovely to come in the top 3.
Oh, so this now then is actually purely down to the line to the vote line then now.
Yeah, I'm in the top 12, which are the finalists, and now it's a case of getting enough votes to make the top 3, and hopefully win.
And when is the final countdown date? When do we have to get our votes in by?
You have to get your votes in by 10 o'clock. I think UK time on Wednesday morning. So any vote up until then will count. If you go onto the website, on the left-hand side there are a load of links, and if you click on finalists, you can then vote. You have to register, and then you can vote. And the reason you have to register is to stop people multi-voting. It's a genuine one vote, one person, one vote.
Is it a bit not right? I am just about to initiate a screen share, but while that's happening, then I'm going to show people the website. Is it a bit naughty of us if we haven't actually read the book and we vote? Can we get away with that?
Yeah, anybody can vote, and obviously I'm hoping as many people as possible will. But if you want to. I think the fairest way is probably to go to my website, the Francis Duquesa website, and read the first chapter of Bad Moon Rising, and then you'll know whether or not it's the kind of book that you would have voted for.
Oh, okay, right. So I've got all of that on the screen right now. So first, the way I got here, peeps, just to show, I'm on lorrainemace.com. And down here on the left is writing as Francis Duquesa, and then that opens in a separate window, and you can come along here. And where do we find? So trailers. Do we find it under trailers?
No. If you go to books, I think it's books up at the top.
Yeah. Mhm.
That's not up on the screen at the moment, though. The Francis Duquesa one. It's still the Lorraine Mace one.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Ah, oh, now that's going to be a feat of engineering. Flipping it. How
I
do I
think
do
just
that?
minimise that.
Hold on a moment. Hold on a moment. Oh, it's me. No, no, no. Right, hold on. Got to get this right. Okay, is that
There
it
we
now?
go. Okay, now if you go to books
Yeah, got that.
and scroll down
Uh-huh.
to the bottom, because it was the first in the
Okay.
series,
Right.
and click to read chapter 1.
Oh, so we can read that,
Yes.
and then,
And then you'll know whether it's the type of book
oh
you would
my
have.
goodness, I can see a swear word. I wouldn't have thought it of you.
Oh no, that person, that Frances person, she's not a good person. She's really quite evil. You don't want to know her. You definitely don't want to meet her on a dark night in a secluded place.
Right, don't worry about that
She
now then.
tortures.
So we can go along there, have a read of the first chapter. I'll put all of those links underneath the video, and then we can get our votes in by Wednesday.
Wednesday morning. Yeah.
Now tell me then, so what channel will we see you on the television?
Well, I don't know which channel it's actually going to be, because it's not going to be live. It will be televised after the event. So as soon as I know, I will put it on Costa Women.
Fabulous. Now tell me, how did you get into this whole writing thing in the first place then?
Oh, I was actually, many years ago, we've lived all over the world, and we were going to go and live in France, and friends said to me, what are you going to do? You're going to be so bored. And I very arrogantly said, oh, I'll write short stories for the women's magazine market, not realising how difficult it is. Writing short stories is not easy. Anyway, I wrote a few short stories, I sent some off, got loads of rejections. And then I had one published and got paid a huge amount of money for it. And I thought, oh, this is good. I'm going to learn how to do it properly. So I took a Writers Bureau course, and actually from there I learned how to write non-fiction, and I became a columnist for various magazines. I'm currently the columnist for Writing Magazine, humour columnist for Writing Magazine. Anyway, to get back to, after a number of years, I had actually been quite successful, and Writers Bureau asked if I would be a tutor for them. And I've just sort of gone from there, really. Sorry, long answer to a short question, but you know, that's what happened.
And then where does the crime aspect come from? I mean, I hinted to it when we were talking just a moment ago, but there's something really spooky about all the Costa women, because Caroline Angus Baker, her books are very quite violent, and we even joked about if somebody, you know, like Big Brother is watching you, and we see in the press lots of time, you know, that everybody knows from Google what you're up to, and she has to Google things like, you know, how long does a severed hand survive after, you know, being separated from the body, and she's often wondered why she never gets a knock at the door from the police. Do you end up having to do some sort of spooky research?
Okay, I have done terrible research. I know how to kill people in at least 15 ways.
Oh my goodness.
I know how to kidnap people so that in a crowded place. I actually wrote a humour column for Writing Magazine about the research that I do, and if ever I put my computer in for repairs, I guarantee I would end up in a Spanish prison. They would never let me out again. They would decide I am so dangerous, throw away the key.
Oh my goodness, that's really weird, because there's also what's that author called? She goes and interviews murderers and things like that, and gets the gory details from them and then puts them in her book. I can't remember her name now, but yeah, I guess that must be a little bit unusual. What does the family think of that?
Oh, terrifies my husband. Absolutely terrifies him. We were because you see, I get my ideas at strange times. We were in the hospital a couple of months ago, and Derek was going in to see a specialist, and I was just thinking, you know, and I turned to Derek and I said, you know, I wonder if I could kill somebody by injecting them with embalming fluid. And he looked at me and he said, Lorraine, don't you think I have enough to worry about going in to see the specialist without worrying about you injecting me with embalming fluid? But I've told him the time for him to worry is when I stop writing. Because at the moment, I put all of my evil stuff into the books. When I stop writing, if Derek then disappears, you will know I did it.
I think I might be able to help you on that killing somebody with the embalming fluid. As long as you don't leave a trace with the needle hole, I think that's okay if you go down the hair follicle. Because I used to study electrolysis, and if you can put the needle down there, nobody will know. So there's a top tip for you.
Okay, well, I actually got in touch with a doctor who said, no, it wouldn't work because it had to go, oh God, it had to go into a particular place, and you can't do that when the person's still alive. It can only be done when they're dead. But he was great because he then said to me, well, what you could do is inject them with insulin. And I thought, okay, fine. So
is that in the next book?
Well, no, that I actually used that in the second book.
Oh, how funny is that? I mean, I bet as a dinner guest, then you must be quite an amusing dinner guest, and people must come up with lots of ideas for you for your next book and names of characters and things.
It's not so much the names of characters, it's how to kill people. You have no idea how gory people's minds are. Perfect strangers, when they find out what I do, they say, oh, I know how you could kill somebody. And I think, God, as if I haven't got enough evil stuff going on in my head. You know, they say, oh, you could do this and you could do that. And I think, yeah, okay, make a note.
Okay.
But you would be surprised. Little old ladies that look really innocent are actually planning to kill people.
That is so funny. I mean, oh my goodness. Well, it's not really funny, is it? But it just goes to show how our minds work. I mean, have you thought of, you know, like bank robbing and, you know, making money? Do you have any of those like plots in your books? Because I'd be interested to get some feedback.
No, they are far too nice. The bank robbers are nice people. I deal with the really horrible ones.
And how long ago did you start writing this collection of books then? And is it 3? I'll flip back to your website in just a moment.
I've got 3 published, and the 4th one is coming out in the autumn. My publisher has made it clear they would actually like a book every year dealing with the same detective inspector.
Oh, cool. So, I mean, do you have the, so where are we here? Hold on, I just need to go back to, so we've got books, and then, so we have got, so you're now on, the 3rd one is Call It Pretending, you had Someday Never Comes, and
I was talking about something, sorry to interrupt, but Someday Never Comes is in the running for a Crime Writers Association Dagger Award.
Oh, flipping heck.
Yeah.
So now listen, just in case anybody wants to not be included in your research, whereabouts are you located in Spain?
I'm in Duquesa.
You're in Duquesa, which isn't a million miles away from me. So
be careful.
Oh, crikey. So these books are just sort of like coming out of you, like you, hold on, I had you on the screen then. Let me just go back. While you're talking, I'll go back to the book screen. So all of these books are just coming out of you like nobody's business really at the moment. And now you're committed with your publisher to 1 a year, yeah?
1 a year, yes.
And
I make sure, sorry, I was just going to say, and I make sure, I have this thing, a lot of my favourite authors, I've gone off of them because they are just writing the same book but with different characters or a different setting. So I am determined that for my Detective Inspector Paolo Storey series, every crime will be different. What's going on in the background will be different. When I get to the stage where I think I might be repeating myself, I will stop.
And then, so what was I was going to ask you a question then based on what I was looking at on the screen, and it's completely gone out of my head. Oh, I know what it was. So could we be looking at something like a film series like The Da Vinci Code, or a television series like Inspector Morse?
More Inspector Morse than the Da Vinci Code, but yes, I would love it. I mean, that's every author's dream. But they would actually, the very first book, reviewers said that they could imagine it as a television series.
Oh, so this is the one that's up for the award on Wednesday. Is
Yes.
potentially,
Bad
you know,
memory.
cool,
Yeah.
cool. That's really exciting stuff. So when are you off? You're jumping on the plane soon, or
On
when do you go?
Tuesday. On
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Hmm. And then whereabouts is the do? Where is the award being presented?
Oh, it's held at the most worshipful guild of newspaper publishers and something else. It's one of those really fancy guild buildings.
In London.
And it's in London, yeah, near St Paul's.
Oh, very posh. And do we have the frock sorted?
We do. I'm wearing a very sexy, slinky black number all the way to the floor with a gold shawl and high heels and lots of makeup and, yeah, the whole glam thing.
And have you got your, oh, I'm so disappointed face, but well done to the winner clapping look?
No, I've actually got that face that says you are going to be in one of my future books.
Oh no, that's so funny. That's so funny.
I mean, let's be honest, that's what people really think. They sit there and they go, oh, I'm so pleased. But really they're thinking, accident on the way home. So I'm just going to be honest about it.
Yes. Okay. Oh my goodness. I'm like I said to you before we started, I'm staying at a friend's house and I'm trying not to laugh out loud. I have a really loud laugh and I'm going to disturb the neighbours, I know. I tell you what, it's been an absolute thrill speaking to you this morning, and it's really put a big smile on my face, even though we're talking about death in various formats. So what's next for you then? So we've got the 3 crime ones so far.
Yes.
Is that the next one in the pipeline? Because you also have some children's books as well, which I'm actually a little bit concerned about that.
I know, I can imagine. Okay, let me just get rid of Francis de Pino and I'll become nice Lorraine Mace. Because as myself, I'm actually quite a kindly, gentle person. Actually, I have that somewhere on one of my bios, and my sister read it. And she says that she nearly wet herself laughing because she knows that that's not the case. But anyway, let's just pretend it is. Okay, right, I'm going to try and put this children's book up.
Okay, so we have to be all nice and sweet. And go back a little bit, it's a bit pixelated. Yeah, no, I can't see the title. Tell us the title.
Okay, it's called Vlad the Inhaler, and it's the story of an 11-year-old who is half vampire, half human. He is a hupire. He was raised by his human mother and vampire father, who gave up being a vampire because he loves his mother. As a vegetarian, he's asthmatic. He's scared of the dark. He can't turn into a bat, and he's very timid and he has no friends. And
so he's not got a lot going for him then, as vampires.
And that's his favourite food. His favourite food, peaches. And you can see the fang marks on the peach there, because he's got vampire teeth. Anyway, one day one night, his parents disappear, and his evil vampire relatives take over the castle, and they are keeping him alive just until they find out where the family treasure is hidden. And basically, Vlad has to escape. He has loads of adventures. He manages to find some courage. He is transformed as a person, and he has to save the day.
Wow!
Get rid of the vampires.
What sort of what age group of children are you looking at with this genre of books?
It's 8 to 12. I would say more at the top end of that age range, unless readers are, some young readers are very confident at 8. In which case it would be fine for them. But most of the parents who have read it absolutely love it as well, because I put lots of adult humour in there for the people who are reading it that the children won't pick up on, but the parents will, just to make it better for them when they're reading. That's
really cool. So I was just having a good look at the showing people it on your website there, LorraineMace.com, and it's Vlad the Inhaler. Wow. what a diverse person you are. I mean, would it be safe to say that maybe you have a slightly split personality in some respects?
I think I've got several, to be
Again, something is similar with Caroline as the way she was talking to me about it. Do you think it's compulsory for authors to have this sort of diverse nature of themselves?
Yes, seriously, I think it is, because what happens is the characters come to life in your head, and the moment you believe in those characters, you can write them. Mm-hmm. If they're not real in your head, they're not going to be real in your readers' heads. You know, when I'm writing the crime, this is going to be quite creepy, but sorry. When I'm writing the crime, I actually become the people who are doing it. I become the perpetrators. When I'm writing the bits about the police officers, I become those. And when I'll go out for a walk, and these people have whole conversations, that I get home and then I write it up. But they're actually having conversations without me having anything to do with it. They're just chatting away. So, yeah, definitely.
It's an interesting insight into an author's mind that you can be that honest about it as well, because I can see where your husband may be coming from, that it might be a little bit disconcerting for him.
He's terrified of me, poor thing.
Bless. Now listen, these chats are normally supposed to be very brief, but we've been going for over 20 minutes now, and I'm quite sure I could listen to you for much longer, but we'll probably have to make it part 2 when you've come back having won your award. Is it sort of like a big thing that can sit on the mantelpiece, or sort of what is it going to look like?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. When I come back, I'll let you know. If it's something huge, I'll get a bigger camera.
Okay. Listen, Lorraine, we are going to put all the details of how people can get hold of your books, because you said also there's some bookshops here along the Costa del Sol that we can actually physically go in and buy them from.
Yes. Book World in Puerto Banús stocks all 3 crime novels and has just put in an order for the children's book, Vlad the Inhaler. The bookshop in Sabanias has all 3 crime novels and Vlad the Inhaler. For physical copies, you can go there. You can also obviously get them from Amazon. E-books, all of the normal, Nook and Kobo and Kindle and, all of those.
Right, well, you'll have to whiz those over to me in a message to make sure I put them all in the right place and in the right order on the bottom of the video. And honestly, it's been lovely. I must go and rescue the carrots that I've had boiling now, ready in time for roast dinner, which I've completely forgotten about. And I will catch up with you very soon. And the Costa Women, no doubt, will be looking forward to hearing more from you, because I've thoroughly enjoyed it.
Thank you. It's been fun. Thank you.
All right. Speak to you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.